Why research problem is important? Can you think why research problem is important? So without a well-defined research problem, you are likely to end up with an unfocused or unmanageable project. So without well-defined research problem, the outcome might be unfocused or unmanageable project. So this is the outcome. Or else, without well-defined research problem, uh, you might end up repeating what other people have already said. Hmm? Uh, Trying to say too much, hmm? Or doing research without a clear purpose and justification. Hmm? We can see in our research progress review. In the proposal review, they define some basic terms, and in the proposal review also they define the basic terms. Why? They don't know what has to be done, and they don't know what has to be focused. So at the very first beginning, the research problem, the definition of a research problem is very important, because we have to have a clear cut what we are doing, where are we going. So without having that aim, it is best, it is not better to start our work. That might be wasting our time, and wasting the resources like money and the people who help you, and also the effort of the supervisor. So learn you better to identify the research problem clear, and you can have too many discussions with the supervisor or a mentor to define this. So to define a research problem, you can identify a broad problem area. As an example, uh, we can say electrical, motor, renewable energy. So, if you are working with the renewable energy, you can have a broad, you can cover a broad area first. Um, then, uh, uh, from this, you can select PV, photovoltaic. From this, you can select um, you can select the conversion efficiency efficiency and or you can select the maximum power extraction, or else power solar tracking method, or else surface cleaning, surface cleaning, uh, and the material. There are many areas. Then first we start from renewable energy, the photovoltaics, and the photovoltaics also belongs to many areas. I think there are few. There are maybe more than hundreds. So we under this title you can find the respective papers from the Google Scholar or any other source. You can find few journal papers. So the and start reading. You better to start from two papers at the beginning. Then while you are reading your introduction part, you will collect some knowledge, and there are something that it is not clear. Then you can find the cited paper of that information and download that paper and read it again. So that is how we collect the ideas. Maybe you start from two papers. While you are reading, you can collect some uh, papers, and again you can have a report, hmm, of information. So maybe, so then under this title find the paper, collect again, collect the paper, and sorry, hello, do you have any problem, Rusira? Rusira, 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 can you hear me? Rusira? Okay, let's go ahead and make a report. Then, with that report, we can find the thing that other people have already completed. Hmm? Already completed. And in one of the area, there are many areas that some people have completed. As an example, the as a Rusira's work, then if Rusira have done research in this area, this is where Rusira has completed. And some Ravidu, this is the Ravidu's work, and this is Dinuri's work. Like that, you can include the work done that the other people have done. But there are some areas that people have not touched so far. To find that, to find that, you have to make a report like this. You have to start from two papers and collect the information by reading more papers and make a report. With the report, you will identify the gap. Hmm? Then that is the place that you have to start your research. Have you read the journal paper before, Sarani, Kalitha? So you have to talk with me because this is a research methodology lecture. Huh? This is not a traditional lecture. You have it is depend on your presentation. Then maybe audio or written, anything. Hmm? Kalitha, please you speak. Kalitha? Okay. If there is no response, I will remove you. Five six zero four.
Sir,
Yes. Uh, but we have. My question is: have you read a journal paper before? Five six
Sir, no,
zero
sir.
four? Huh?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. So the way of finding the paper is like this. I will share the screen for you. So here uh, we can select one of the specific term. hmm? Then as an example, I will write solar PV track kit. Why I mentioned this under this comma? The thing is, uh, that will directly link with the Google Scholar. Let's see. Yes. Uh, Results for solar PV tracking method. Sometimes some uh, letters are not typing. There is a problem with my keypad. Hmm? So this is one of the good journal available. Uh, what? Did you see it? Solar panel. So, and in this paper, you can download the full paper and go to the introduction part. First, better to read the abstract. What do you mean by abstract? Any one of you having a knowledge? The abstract and title is the uh, key to find though that paper is good for you work or not. What is abstract? It is something like this. Suppose there is a box. Uh, Howard box, and everything is covered, but there is a small hole. Hmm? Small hole, and any person can watch inside that, and that person can see what are available inside that box. So Abstract is something like that. Abstract is something like that. Then you can get an idea what is discussed in that paper, what type of results I have taken uh, with the abstract. After that, you can decide whether you select that paper or not. If you select it, you can go to the introduction part. Hmm? If you read the introduction, it is something like this. It is like that you remove the front wall of the box. It is like that you remove the front wall of the box. Then you can see what are available. Not by the watching by the single hole. You can see what are available by your couple of eyes. Then you can get a clear view. Introduction. In the introduction, what is the content? What will discussed in the introduction part? Students, in the introduction, they will discuss in the first line the motivation. Motivation. Uh, After that, others relevant work. Others relevant work, and the you will cite it. Hmm? Then the Rusira et al. Maybe with the IEEE format you can cite it, put in 1 or 2 or 3 or numbers. You can cite and write that they have done. And again, you can, if you want to describe it, you can describe how it is useful. And likewise, you can collect many of the works that people have done. And you can mention the void of the of this research area, maybe narrowed research areas void. You can mention this part. However, this part has not been discussed. And so when you mention the void, you can say what you are going to do. Hmm? Your goal. Or your expectation. Expectation. This is a research problem. This is a research problem. Then everything is clear. Hmm? So if you read a paper, journal paper, first find the motivation. If you interest the motivation of the paper, first read the few lines of the introduction. Hmm? If you need to find the others work, skip the first few lines and read the middle part of the introduction. Hmm? If you need to find the void, that paper identified, you can read the last few words of the introduction. And you can find what they have done from the last 2 or 3 sentences of the introduction. And sometimes they might produce the outcomes as well. Is that clear, Anjula? Anjula, so Anjula is checked.
Sir.
Ah. So is that clear, Anjula?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is a quick way to review a paper. Hmm? So why we are doing? Hmm? Why we follow this method? Otherwise, you will complete in your research. You will have done that other have already completed. Others have already explored. Then no point of doing the same thing again and again, no. So you have to contribute to the society with your own work. Clear, students? Is that clear? Konagala? Konagala 0027. Hello? Why can't you talk? Hmm? Hello? Konagala? I can't hear, but I can see only the text, but that is not enough. I need to talk with you. Dear again, 0013. So you said there is a problem with my microphone. So what will happen if you if you sit for the exam? You have to switch on your video plus the microphone. Hmm? But I can hear the noise of the microphone when you unmute it. Then the microphone is working. Hmm? Okay. Anyway, so this is a quick method of reading a paper. Now I will give you an exercise. Right? Find a paper from the Google Scholar. How to go to Google Scholar? Uh, this is the way. Google Scholar. Scholar. Count. And find a paper that you interest. The journal paper. And read the abstract and identify what, though it is suitable or not. And with the 2 or 3 lines. Please mention what that is discussed in that paper and what is the outcome of that paper. Oh, I need that. Please select one of the papers and you can say what they have done. What was their outcome? 1, 2, 3. What was their next step? Right. Uh, Now 12:19. We will meet at after 10-15 minutes. So you all have to produce your idea in the text message. I will ask one by one to type the idea. Okay. So you have 15 minutes.
ಹೌದೇ? ಆ
Okay, have you finished? Right, have you done that? So, Konagala, what is the title of the paper? What they have done? What is the outcome? Konagala? So tell me. Okay, Hirosama, Ravindu, Ravindu, what is the paper? What is the outcome? So 15 minutes enough. Yes, solar energy for future world research discussed about the need of industry. What is the title of the paper? No, no, not Danilka. I am asking from Ravindu Divaratna. Ravindu? Maybe he is not there. I will remove him. And Dinuri,
Yes, sir.
what is the title and what is the outcome?
The impact of COVID-19 pandemic on user experience with online education platforms in China.
So is that the title?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice. So what is the actually what they have done?
They analyze the impact of the user experience, roughly obtaining user reviews about 7 major online education platforms before and after, as well as they combine emotional analysis and hot mining technologies and relevant literature, sir.
Okay, and what was the outcome?
The users' concerns have changed regarding the online education platforms.
User concerns?
Change regarding the online education platform after the pandemic period.
So did you find any quantified answer? Dinuri,
Yes, sir.
didn't you find any quantified answer?
Not yet, sir.
So maybe in the introduction at the last part, there should be a answer. So I also would like to review that, and please text the title of the paper.
Okay, sir.
Right, until Danri do that. Deelaga,
Yes, sir.
so tell me what is your title?
So the title is a methodology to constrain common.
Type it, and type it. I will review. Yes, Dinuri, Dindu, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How did you find this paper from the Google Scholar? Wait for a while. Hello. What we discussed is Dinuri. Did you get that paper from the Google Scholar?
Yes, sir.
Ah, it's a good paper. Hmm? So why couldn't you find the outcome, quantified outcome, the impact of COVID-19 pandemic user experience with online education platforms in China? Did you read?
Yes, sir.
So as I said, the first part of the introduction is that the motivation. Did you read the introduction part of the full paper?
No, still not, sir. I'm only part of the introduction.
Sorry?
Not fully, sir. Only part of the introduction I have just read.
Oh, that's why. So then they, so you did not get my point. Or the student did not get my point. So if you are good for reading these type of papers, so you have to focus on this white and this. Then you don't want to read the first few lines of the paper, first chapter of the introduction. Maybe last chapter is enough, because I asked what they have done. What they have done has explained in the last, might be explained in the last chapter. You at once, if you read the last chapter, you will find what is there, and what was the outcome. Maybe outcome also has mentioned in that paper. And if you are talented person, you will be able to find the next step. Did you get my point? Dinuri?
Yes, sir.
So this is a lifelong lesson. Don't want to waste your time to find the motivation and this. Motivation is good for you, but my answer for my question is in this heart. And how about the other? Dinuri, COVID-19, and Nadira? Nadira? So Nadira is not there. Nadira, so I will remove him. Dhanilkar?
Sir, I was not sent about solar energy.
So did you send it?
Yes, sir.
Where is that? Dhanilkar. 071. Solar energy, yes. What is the title? Solar energy for future world research. What is the title of the paper?
It says solar energy for future world.
Did you copy it? Did you text it?
Sorry, sir.
Did you text that title?
Yeah, I did.
I can't find it now.
Uh,
Solar
yeah.
energy for future world research discuss about. That is not the title, no?
The title says solar energy for future world.
Future world. Is that a journal paper?
Yes, sir. I got it from the Google School.
Wait. Before future. It's a review paper. Review paper, no? What do you mean by review paper? Good that you find it. Dhanilkar? The review paper is something like this, and it contains a lot of information in the solar energy field, and it's a collection of all the others' work. Sometimes in the review paper, they do not have their own data. They do not have their own outcome. It is just a collection of information. So, Dhanilka, did you find the outcome of them? Dhanilka?
So it says to better solar energy industry to resolve energy crisis.
Better. Sorry, repeat it again.
Better solar. It says better solar industry in future in order to solve energy crisis.
So that is not the outcome. No, that is just a recommendation. No.
Yes, sir.
So that is how, because sometimes that review paper is written by an expert person. Narada Kanna. Narada Kanna is an expert person in that area. Then he has a huge collection of information. That is why he wrote a review paper. Normally, a review paper is written by an experienced person. So the senior professors and senior researchers also can write a review paper. So it's a good paper for you to collect the information. But in order to collect the outcome, that paper is not good. It is good for your literature survey and introduction part to find the others' work. Did you get that point, Tilina? Dhanilka?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And certainly there should not be the indication of the next step of their research work. And Ashen, Ashen Ravinta.
So yes, sir.
Okay, what is your title?
Okay, sir. I'll send it.
Just text it. Yes, a comparative study of maximum power point tracking algorithm. Nice. Comparative study of maximum power point tracking algorithm. Right. So, what they have done? Let's see. Couldn't you find the full paper?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What have they done?
So they have done an experimental comparison between different types of MPPT algorithms of PV systems with most widely used algorithm, perturb and observe PNO method.
Sorry?
They have done an experimental comparison between different types of maximum power point tracking algorithms with the most widely used algorithm PNO method.
Most
Widely used algorithm PNO method.
which method? It is not clear.
So they have compared different types of MPPT algorithms.
No, I mean the last word.
PNO method.
PNO.
Yes, sir.
PNO. What is PNO?
Perturb and observe method.
Perturb and observe method. Right. So yes. Perturb and observe method. Right. So that is their recommendation with the PNO method. What type of performance that they have expected? Huh? Sorry? Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir.
I mean, how they have improved using
So
PNO?
they have collected experimental data, sir, about the
Uh-huh.
efficiencies of each algorithm,
Huh?
and they have compared different types of algorithms with the PNO algorithm.
Yes, PNO algorithm. I mean, with the PNO algorithm, how they have improved? How much? I mean, I'm asking a quantity.
So they have done a study on efficiencies, sir.
Okay, it's efficiencies. Then how much that they have improved?
So improved as in?
I mean, using PNO method,
97%, sir.
97%.
97%.
Yes, that's what I expect as an outcome, because as a engineers or scientists, we have to concern on the quantitative thing. In our research scope, how much that they have focused. That is why they mentioned it at the last part of the abstract. Did you see it? The others also can see that paper. At the last part, they have mentioned about their outcome. And they market it. 97% and is highly comparative against the other MPPT algorithms. That's how they written. Okay, Ashay, what is the next step? Did you find it?
So I'm not sure, but they have said, they have mentioned at the end that further investigations of the MPPT efficiencies are to be determined or something.
Okay, right. Good. So this is the way. Then you don't want to read the full paper. Then in the world, scientists don't have time to read the full paper. That is how they collect the information. As I said in the introduction, the last chapter, reading the last chapter is enough to collect the information. Then if you read 50 or 30 papers, you will come up with a huge collection of information. That is enough for you to find the research gap. Uh, the next person. How many are there? Oh, I see. Oh, there are few. If I give a assignment, there are few students. Pasindu? Pasindu? Pasindu Ashayan? Pasindu? It seems the people do not. So what are you doing? So you better to stay in the class. So what is
There is
the title
there
of
is
the
the effect of cigarette pricing on youth smoking.
The effect of cigarette price due to?
Prices on youth smoking.
So type it in the text box.
Sorry, sir.
Just text it. Copy and paste to the chat box. The effect of cigarette prices on youth smoking. Copy. Yes, the effect of cigarette prices on youth smoking. Okay, Pasindu, go ahead. Tell me what they have done. In the one or two sentence, tell me.
The test of the effect of various price measures on youth demand of cigarettes using data collecting in recent national representatives survey to 7.
Pasindu, no need to dictate. You can read and understand and tell me what they have done in your words. Pasindu,
So
yes, tell me what they have done.
they have got qualitative and quantitative data, sir.
Right, what they have done, and then the title is effect of cigarette prices on youth smoking, right? Under that title, what they have done, then maybe in the introduction part, with the last two lines, you will be able to find it. Sometimes you will be able to find it from the abstract also. Wait. This unique information permits a study of effect of teen specific price on cigarette demand. This paper empirically tests the effect of various price measures. Pasindu. So in the abstracts also that is mentioned. This paper empirically tests the effects of various price measures on youth demand for cigarette using data collected in a recent nationally representative survey of 17,287 high school students.
So that's why what I said before.
You said that one, no? Okay.
Yes.
The sample amount is 17,287.
Yes.
So we concerned about the quantitative thing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What was the outcome?
So finding among the large impact of the cigarette demand has the teen specific the perspective the prices of cigarettes.
Great demand. No, I mean the outcome. Then we discuss about the effect, no?
Understanding the
Then in the outcome, they might have mentioned about the effects. What kind of effects? Maybe you can name it.
So understanding the impact of cigarette demand
Hmm.
and preserve the price of cigarettes.
Preserve the price of cigarette. Yeah, right. So understanding the impact. They said the understanding the impact. No. So you have to find what kind of impact is that. එහෙම investigate කරන්න. What kind of impacts? Impacts.
The demand has risen over time.
Demand as
Raised, sir.
text it. Text it, please. Possible?
Yes, I am texting.
You text that no. Effect of cigarette
Demand
price.
have. Even demand.
Copy and paste it. Did you do that? Demand has risen over the perceived time period. Can you find any reason of that? Due to the addiction and the rise of smoking intensity of the youth generation. Yes. Due to the addiction and rise the smoking intensity of the youth generation. Yes. Addiction. Yes, sometimes there is a tendency of smoking if some the person who if your close friend is doing that there is a tendency and addiction is maybe if we do it again and again as a habit we have to have it in a day. So good. It's a nice selection and for your information. So here in we have the tropical conditions. The smoking is sometimes important in where the seasonal condition is there, especially in the winter season. Sometimes our breathing inside the nose, some muscles will be condensed and cracked, and the blood will come out. I can't explain it anymore. So the people have experienced that while we smoke, that will not happen. Then that is how that is why people smoked in those countries. But here in Sri Lanka, we don't want to do that. Sometimes we are doing here since we addicted and since our friends and the close people are doing a smoking. It's like a trend. but in the countries having the tropical condition do not need of smoking without a reason. So it's a good title, and this and Pasindu, can you guess what will be the next step of that research?
Sorry, sir.
Next step. What will their next step? ඊළඟට ඒගොල්ලෝ මොකද්ද කරන්න යන්නේ කියලා මේ ඔයාට කියනවද අදහසක්? It's okay if you can't find.
So, to find how rate of the smokers and reduce that rate and reduce the smoking intensity of youth generation.
Sorry, repeat it again. Increase in what? To reduce?
Smoke generation and smoke intensity of the youth generation.
I thought like this. As an next step, they are going to increase the sample size. Then they got this conclusion from 17,000 something. They can increase the sample
Yes, sir.
size to get the accurate result. With the large number of sample sizes, we can get the highly accurate result. Okay, very good. And I will select one of you, Anjula Bandar. Anjula Bandara.
So,
What is the title?
Impact of COVID-19 and the future of tourism employments in Sri Lanka.
Okay, what is the outcome?
So the outcome is identifying the effects of COVID-19 on tourism and hospitality industry, and by using its employees.
Okay, outcome එක නෙමෙයි ඔය aim එක. හරිද? outcome එක කියන්නේ මේගොල්ලෝ මේ හොයාගත්තු එක මොකක්ද?
There is a negative impact of COVID-19 on the tourism industry at the moment because of the travel restrictions, and the negative economic impact about
Negative economic impact. Right.
Yes.
Negative economic impact. How much? I mean, quantity.
About 12,000 tourists are blocked within the country, and more than 400,000 direct and indirect tourism employees have lost their jobs because of the curfews and the restrictions.
Very good. And can you suggest the next step?
Proposing effective strategies to retain the employees within the industry, and to rebuild the industry by using the same amount of employees and the same resources.
Right. Dear students, I will wind up from here. Today you learned how to find the research problem, and as a part of that, how to find the research gap. You learned. So you can submit what you done today into the Google Classroom. I have given uh, an assignment, and you can submit it or no before 2 p.m. today, right? So I will wind up and have a good day.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we are having another lecture until 3:30, sir.
When?
From 1:30 to 3:30, sir. Now.
Okay, then you have worked on this now, so you can copy and paste it to the Google Scholar right now.
Okay, sir.
Okay, and that is enough for me. Just do it right now. Okay, Dinuri?
Okay, sir.
Dinuri, ඔයගොල්ලෝ කරපු ටික දාන්න දැන්. මොකද ඒක මේ මට ඕන quickly ඔයගොල්ලෝ review කරපු එක බලන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ අද class එක ඇතුළේ කරපු ටික. පස්සේ වෙනම බලලා submit කරන එකේ තේරුම ගන්න. Okay, have a good day. I will leave. Bye. Take care.